Mzali, and I am the regional editor for Africa at Oxford Business Group. So as you know, we are in the midst of producing an investment guide on Kaduna. Looking forward to talk with you about the investment climate in Kaduna, as well as the opportunities and challenges to investment in the state. So to begin with, Kaduna has made considerable progress on the ease of doing business metrics. To what extent has this translated into attracting inward investment?
Well, we are pleased that our efforts to make Kaduna the preferred destination in Nigeria has been recognized by the World Bank in the ease of doing business rankings. We moved from, I think, number 21 in 2014 to number 1 in 2018. This is attributable to the efforts of the Kaduna State Investment Promotion Agency, which is the lead agency for attracting and managing our investors. This agency has worked successfully with others to ensure that everyone accomplishes obligations as spelled out in our ease of doing business charter. Being recognized as number 1 state for ease of doing business has been very instrumental in attracting a lot of investments to the state. In the last 5 years, we have attracted and completed actual investments in excess of $750 million. The Olam Group from Singapore opened the largest feed mill and poultry, $150 million investment, and Afri-Steel is building a steel plant, another $600 million in investment. These two alone account for $750 million actual investments that have been, and there have been many other smaller domestic investments in the range of tens of millions of dollars. But we have investment announcements, companies that have committed to investing nearly $2.1 billion over the next 2 years in Kaduna State. So it has been, it's been a big statement of confidence, and we hope that both local and foreign investors will continue to come to Kaduna to invest and create jobs for our youthful population. We have 80% youthful population, so we need jobs more than anything, and for that reason we need investments.
Absolutely. Kaduna State has seen large increases in internally generated revenue. How has this come about, and what strategies and measures is the state deploying to achieve the IGR goal of 50 billion nairas for 2020?
We inherited a situation in which our annual IGR is in the region of 13 billion. We doubled the IGR between 2015 and 2017, raising it from 13 billion to 26 billion. Last year, 2019, we collected 44 billion, another record in the history of the state. I believe that, but for the pandemic, which has significantly reduced business activities and therefore affected our tax collection capabilities, we would have easily achieved our 50 billion target in 2020. We're still optimistic that we will achieve the 50 billion, because moving from 44 to 50 is not a big, it's not a quantum leap. We owe these successes to a combination of legislation and better capacity of our internal revenue services. We enacted the Tax Codification and Consolidation Law in 2015, which brought all the taxes in the state at all levels, the state and all the local governments, into one tax code, so that when an investor comes into Kaduna State, he has one stop shop, which is the Kaduna Investment Promotion Agency. But in addition, it also has a one-stop shop regarding taxation, which is the Kaduna Internal Revenue Service, and one legislation where he can see all his tax liabilities. And we have the Kaduna Internal Revenue Service as the sole collector of all tax revenues. So you don't have several agencies harassing businesses for one kind of tax or another. It's all in one code, and there is one collector, and all payments of tax are done electronically. No cash is allowed. So we eliminated multiple taxation. We reduced the possibility of harassment of businesses by multiple agencies. We also prohibited cash collection, and we have a one-stop shop for the payment of all government revenues. These reforms significantly increased our tax collections without raising any taxes. Indeed, we lowered tax rates to encourage businesses to pay. And just recently, we waived a lot of taxes for small businesses in light of the difficulties they are facing due to the pandemic. But we still hope to achieve our target of 50 billion internally generated revenue this year.
What are the priority sectors Kaduna is seeking to attract investment to?
Investment in agriculture and agri-business and agri-industry. Reserves of minerals. So mining is another key sector. We have large reserves of gold and nickel and iron ore and tin and columbite. We also have rare earths, rare metals. We have competitive advantages in agriculture. We are the largest producer in Nigeria of maize, ginger, soya beans, and tomato, and we are number 2 in rice and sorghum. We have vast, well-watered arable land. We are blessed with many rivers. So the focus is not just to improve the productivity of our farmers, but also to make the state the site of many processing farms and other agribusinesses. And we've been successful. We have 2 processing plants for tomatoes. We have the 3rd one in progress, and many others on the way.
Kaduna continues to face an infrastructure gap, both in terms of physical and social infrastructure. What would you say are the most pressing infrastructure projects for the state?
Well, we developed an infrastructure master plan for the state up to 2050 in recognition of this deficit in infrastructure investment over the years. So in June 2019, we began to implement that program. We initiated an urban renewal program for our major cities, Zaria, Kafanchan, and Kaduna, where about 60% of the entire population of the state lives. These investments are designed to improve our competitiveness, support economic dynamism, and promote the well-being of our people. We are positioning Kaduna State as a choice place to work, live, and play. We are 2 hours from Abuja. We have a regular train system, and we are trying to reposition Kaduna to be a place where people can work in Abuja but live in Kaduna at a fraction of the cost, because cost of living in Abuja is very, very high. Alongside this ongoing infrastructure, physical infrastructure investments, we're also investing in education and healthcare. We've improved our primary health centers. We've introduced a health insurance scheme that will cover everyone. And we are on our path to achieving universal health coverage for every citizen of Kaduna State. We are undertaking concrete upgrades in housing, transportation, energy systems, and other infrastructure that will create jobs, improve the welfare of the people, and also make businesses, the cost of doing business even lower in Kaduna State. The components and heart of our urban renewal program include roads, mass transit, housing, markets, neighborhood centers, parks and recreational centers, and waste management, so that people can not just find it easier to invest, but also have time for leisure and good quality of life. So that is our focus, and we are on this. We are aggressively undertaking this investment, and most of these physical infrastructure projects will be completed within the next 1 year by the grace of God.
For international investors looking to invest in Kaduna, how would you respond to any concerns about safety and security in the state?
Security is one of our major priorities. Investors know that amidst the security challenges that afflict all parts of the country, our government is doing its utmost to protect the lives and property of citizens and to conduct their business without unlawful restraint. We are supporting the federal security agencies deployed in our state with vehicles, with accommodation and other logistics. We are also making investments in both the technology side and the personnel side of security. We're retooling our Kaduna Vigilance Service as a major initiative that uses young persons based in communities to provide local intelligence and security support for the federal security agencies. We have acquired drones for surveillance. We have acquired GSM radio frequency trackers so that we can be listening into the conversations of kidnappers and bandits. We are installing closed-circuit TV cameras all across our major metropolitan areas to assist security agencies identify criminals and help in prosecution. We are building a forensic laboratory again to support local security agencies to be able to improve their evidence gathering activities. We are installing street lights in all our cities and major towns to make it more difficult for criminals to operate. So we are working around the clock to improve security and to provide comfort to our investors that they are safe. In situations like Olam, where the location of the investment is away from the main cities, we have provided dedicated security, 24/7 security protection for them so that they can operate their business without any hindrance. So we're working on that, and the investors understand that, and whatever particular demands or requirements they have beyond the general, we are willing to provide it.
Your Excellency, thank you very much for your insights and your time. It's been a pleasure speaking with you.
Thank you very much, Souhir.
You're welcome.